Good?
We're good. Tell me when you want me to share my screen and
Okay, I'll do that when we get there. Well, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing good. I'm going to share some things with you about real estate farming that I've done over the course of my career and go over some basic information that some of you probably already know, but I'm just going to rehash it. Farming is a marketing strategy that agents use to establish themselves as the go-to expert in their area or neighborhood. It's used quite a bit. It's very, very successful. It helps for you to know the demographic breakdown of the area you're wanting to farm. It will help you strategize and putting together the information that you would like to share or sell yourself on. It helps you also to understand the local market, housing inventory pricing, et cetera, et cetera. This type of knowledge is invaluable when it comes to advising clients on the best course of action. By becoming a local expert, people will start spreading your name around. You'll find out you'll be getting a lot of referrals over the course of time and some new business as well. Personally, I think that farming should be a fundamental part of all agents' business. You're cheating yourself if you don't utilize this tool. Having a solid farming strategy can be vital to your business. You can build a local client base by becoming a local expert in a particular area. As you're all well aware, real estate is a very competitive career field, and it's challenging for buyers and sellers, even more now with the NAR rulings, to find the perfect agent to work with. So by marketing yourself, you're getting a step up on your competition. So to get started, what I would recommend you do is do an online search of your neighborhood, learn about the school, community amenities, shopping, restaurants, and leisure activities. Knowing your research of your farming area is very important because you're going to get hit with questions from people that you're going to be meeting. You're going to have to be their source of knowledge, and they will test you because you are competing against a multitude of other agents. We're going to go into some types of farming. First one I'm going to talk about is direct mailing. Direct mailing is an effective way to maximize your real estate business. It offers potential buyers and sellers valuable information, and it can help you in many ways. To start doing this, what you'll need to do is get a targeted list. And basically what that is if you want to do a search on a neighborhood, a subdivision, et cetera, you can get that list through the public records. You can also get it through the MLS, doing a subdivision search or a neighborhood search. Get the addresses and things through there. Then what you'll start doing in the direct marketing mailing is sending out real estate promotional materials to introduce yourself and services. You can do it with postcards, just listed and just sold cards if you get a new listing, brochures, newsletters. We have an incredible marketing team that you can utilize to help generate all this stuff. Go ahead, Jody, if you want to put that thing up that I use. Okay. My personal thoughts on direct mailing is these homeowners get beat up on a daily basis with marketing information from agents. I took a different approach. I wanted to make it a little bit more personable. My thought process was that if I put something in the mailer that had some information about that particular seller, it would behoove them or motivate them to read the information that I sent on myself. So what you see is a letter that I put together over the course of many years. But of course, now that you've got Chat GPT that you can use to help structure this thing. But it gives them an opportunity to get to know you. It lets them see your experience level. If you don't have a lot of experience, you can utilize the company tools and the company experience that you have with C21 AllPoints. We talked about the marketing packages and things that C21 offers. I put some, what I also do in addition to this on the other pages, to get them interested, I put copies of the tax roll for their I can't even say it, particular properties. And that gives them an opportunity to look at it, look at their property and make sure the data is accurate. And the reason this is important, because if they've made modifications and things to the house, chances are the appraiser side of the tax roll site doesn't have the updates to it. So a lot of this information, sometimes it's incorrect, but I've had a lot of success using this tool. It lets them see that you've done some due diligence on their property. So I put that up there. If you all want to utilize it, you can. I've done just about everything in regards to farming in connection with direct mailing, but this has honestly been the most successful tool that I've used, just because it's more personable than just sending out a just listed, just sold card with some basic data on yourself and the company.
Does anyone have any questions so far? So you send this, you make sure everyone in your area gets a copy of their information.
Yeah, like my neighborhood, I've probably got 250 homes in my neighborhood. I would put together a tax roll for each house. I would put this letter and I would address it to that particular owner or owners. I even hand wrote the envelopes to make it look more personable versus using labels. You don't want it to look, you don't want it to make it look like it's just something generic. Again, I like just taking a more personable approach. But again, this has opened more doors for me probably than any other tool that I've used.
This is amazing. I love that you said you're the expert of the neighborhood. And like the best restaurants. Tell me schools, what other kind of things should an agent know if they want to take over an area?
I just know the amenities. Just for instance, like Niceville was voted the #1 city to raise a family in 2012 and 2022. Those are just knowing things like that about your community would be beneficial. Shopping, golfing, proximity to the beach, all that good stuff.
You know what I love is the MLS that you have for the tax. I think it's the same as Connecticut's. So we're very familiar with all this too.
Yeah, again, like you put information that has personal likeness to what they have, and it's going to entice them to read everything you sent them. We've got agents here locally that make their own newspaper. We've got a guy here with EXP that was an 850 newspaper. It's very detailed, but it's very lengthy. But it's a good farming tool. We've got a girl in Freeport doing the same thing. So everybody's got their own little thing that they're comfortable with. Your budget's going to dictate a lot of what you use and how you use it. Again, the reason I use the letter is a stamp's still less than $1. Door knockers sometimes cost you $2 or $3. So it's all about budget and what you want to accomplish.
That makes so much sense. I love this.
Hey, I have a question.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Hey, this is Erica. On your letter that you send out, is that like you send it one time and you wait for them to call you, or do you have another series of stuff that goes out to them, or like how do you get in contact with them?
I'll send, this is the initial thing that I send out. And then I'll follow it up with another letter and another business card. And then probably a tax roll search. Sometimes I'll run a Google ad to check, if that's a good way to do it as well. But like I said, I keep my stuff kind of basic. I've always been kind of a one-man show anyway. And it's just something that I've utilized over the course of my career.
A good
Got it.
career.
Thank you.
I hope that answered your question.
It did. I put you on the spot.
Such a turd.
You're welcome.
Another aspect of farming is cold calling. There are a lot of agents that like to cold call. Jordan is actually probably pretty good at that because he's very good at public speaking and introducing himself. We've got a couple agents within our company. I know up in Connecticut that PJ has mentioned that use cold calling as the basis for their farming tool, and they're very successful. Me personally, it just never was my niche. Again, I just want to kind of get away from being that type of salesman. I just want to do things a little different. That's why I never use cold calls. If you do cold call, just make sure you don't abuse the do not call list. That could get you in a lot of trouble as well. So you're gonna have to do your research on that. Another aspect of farming is launching targeted ads. Our marketing department can help you create eye-catching ads that will help really, bounce your information off those folks. Google Ads is very popular. I've used that a few times in addition to the Boost stuff. You can also, using those tools, you can track the activity in a particular area in regards to the interest level using those type of ads. And they're relatively inexpensive. Again, I started this 18 years ago, so social media really wasn't being utilized to the point it is now. But I know that Facebook and the Meta Business Suite offer social media ads as well that you can pay for and market a certain audience as well. You want to become a neighborhood resource. I'll give you some ideas to consider sharing with your farming area. Like I said, market updates. There's guides out there to buying and selling a home. If I'm not mistaken, I believe C21 offers those. A local events calendar and attractions, neighborhood guides, home improvement tips, and real estate news. Real estate news offers stuff about market statistics, interest rate information, community and organizational information as well. Another tool that I've used in regards to farming has been open houses. Rhonda Johnson is very good at doing open houses. She's been with us for what, 2 months now?
2
Is
months.
that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gotten quite a few leads off the open house. Hasn't gotten anything closed yet. She's still hasn't, or she's in contact with them. I love doing open houses. It's a way for you to market yourself as people walk in the door. It's a way for you to hand out information about yourself to these folks. It gives them an opportunity to read it after they leave. I do them every chance I can get, and I still do them to this day. Another tool that you can use is you can collaborate with local businesses within your farming area. I know agents that have set up relationships like coffee shops, donut shops, things of that nature. And you can offer a discount or joint discount with that particular owner, business owner, to try to attract some, business for yourself. You can also cross promote each other on various social media sites as well. I know that's used quite a bit here also. Some other ideas you can use, you can attend a neighborhood or local event, pass that information on yourself and the organization. I've known folks that have hosted block parties or an informal event, having, lenders and title company people there. Those things are kind of hit or miss. You take a lot of risk in doing that, but it's still something else you can utilize. You can create a local community group on Facebook. I believe, Jordan, you've done that once before, haven't you?
Yeah, local groups. Like I have a group called Niceville Social. Like, 5 years ago, there wasn't a social media community group in Niceville. Now there's like Niceville Word of Mouth and Niceville Commuters and things like that that has a crap ton of followers. And but mine has about 4,500 people on it. And for the longest time, I was the only real estate agent on the whole group. So I would get leads that way and just get people talking. And what I'm intending on doing with Niceville Social is basically becoming like the social media mayor of Niceville. So if I'm in Niceville and I can, because I live down there, and if I'm at an event or a restaurant or driving down a road and see something, I can create little videos and things like that and just talk about the city. And then people will recognize my face. And also what's been beneficial is, for farming, a few years ago, there was this new neighborhood up in Crestview. It's pretty established now, called Shoal River Landing. And at one time it was nothing but a big vacant field. And they were only building the model home at the time a few years ago. So I had the great idea to create the social media group for the whole neighborhood right then and there, called Shoal River Landing Families. And then so I created that group, and now there's 1,000 people, all residents in there. And I'm the only real estate agent in there besides people who actually live there who happen to be real estate agents. But I've created that too, and that's a good way of getting my name out there for sure. Social media groups are pretty awesome for free leads, basically. So that's pretty cool, because I'm not. You mentioned cold calling. I've only recently gotten better at it because I never liked it. I always like just reaching out on social media, which maybe is a form of cold calling, I guess. But now when I cold call, no one likes a sales pitch. So if I get a lead from like homelight.com or something, or even a C21 lead and stuff, and I see that it's a buyer or a seller, if it's a buyer right away, because I'm sure they're getting bombarded by other people, I just go right into, hi there, I'd like to help you buy a house, or hi there, I want to help sell your house. And and they're like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, I want to help you sell your house on Elm Street or whatever. And I've gotten a lot better positive reactions from just going right into the sales pitch of, hey, this is what I want to do for you. And then I've gotten more leads that way instead of, hi, how are you? I'm Jordan Dennis at Century 20, click. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, I never was a cold caller either. My personality is a lot of what drove that. I'm not real outspoken for the most part, but again, you just got to find what your own little niche is and utilize it to the best of your ability. Again, your budget's going to dictate a lot of what you do as well. And I was just, on average, you're going to have to farm an area probably 4 to 6 times to really gain any traction. That's usually that's the average nationwide. Sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll send out something and you'll get a hit right away, and just utilize it to the best of your ability. Century 21, our company, has a multitude of training and tools specific to helping an agent market themselves. And we've got a great marketing team that you can contact directly for assistance. You would be foolish not to utilize them. This company has so many tools. This is the third brokerage I've worked for, and this is without question the best brokerage I've worked for in regards to being agent centric. And that's going to be important to you keeping your careers intact. Last but not least, don't be afraid to think outside the box. There isn't any time to get frustrated because you need to focus your efforts on getting positive results. If you need assistance, don't be afraid to ask. There's a lot of good senior agents within the organization that can help you, that are willing to help. We've all been there at some time in our career, but have a plan in place and stay diligent in your efforts, because it will pay off. You'll get out of this career field what you put into it. I can tell you that firsthand. So that's basically all I had to offer.
Wow, that was so good. Thank you. And everybody, thanks for pitching in. That was amazing. I have so many ideas. I'm going to send this to my husband right away. This is so good, Ken. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for your time, everybody. Have a great day.